guys, how are you all? I hope you all are doing okay. I hope you all are doing fine. Now, I am not asking about your welfare because I'm, just generally starting a video and it's my duty or whatever to just ask, or it's cool for YouTubers or whosoever puts up a YouTube video to ask these things. I'm asking because I'm genuinely concerned. How are you doing after 6 hours or so of social media lockdown? Are you fine? Are you recovering? Are you healing? Are you in shock? What is your reaction? Please tell me in the comments or just message me. But I really want to know because I feel like after about 6 or 7 hours of unprecedented social media lockdown yesterday, uh, we all went through different stages of emotions, and I am here to tell you what my reaction was and how I dealt with it and how I responded to it and what I found out about myself after that social media lockdown. So let's start talking about it. Hope you are fine. I have a cup of tea with me and let's get started. Okay, so when social media lockdown happened, I think it happened around 8 o'clock or something yesterday in the night, and I was actually sitting on my couch in my drawing room, and I was trying to message someone. And I sent like 3 4 messages in row because I think I just got off a work call and I was messaging few people to just clarify a few things, and they were not going. And I had already, I had Geo, so I had already received that 50% of your internet is gone message. So I was like, oh, maybe because, but even if 50% of data is off, I would not be it. I have never really been into a situation where my net is so poor that I can't even send WhatsApp messages, because it really doesn't take a lot of internet for you to send like normal text messages, not even like pictures and stuff. So I kept like switching my phone off and on, and I kept switching my data off and on and stuff like that. And then I connected to my Wi-Fi. Now yesterday it rained in my city, all right. So even after Wi-Fi, the messages were not going through. And I was like, oh, maybe because of the rain, the Wi-Fi is a little unstable. So what I did, I have Airtel on my other phone. So I connected with that phone. And even that was not working. And Airtel usually is pretty damn fast. So I was like, I've literally tried 3 networks. How can a simple WhatsApp message not go through? And I was really frustrated. But then I realized that not only I am not able to send WhatsApp messages, I am also not able to receive any. Now, you have to also presume that somebody is trying to send you something. And it's been like half an hour or 40 minutes, I have not received any WhatsApp message. And it's pretty unusual for this to happen. So I asked my parents. So I live with my parents. So I asked my parents if they are able to send WhatsApp to someone. And my mother, she's not a very phone savvy person. So she's like, I have not opened my WhatsApp since like afternoon. I don't know, ask someone else. And my father, then I told him to send me a WhatsApp message just on a trial basis. And he sent it to me, and his also couldn't get through. Pardon my voice. And I was like, it's not an internet issue, it is some kind of WhatsApp issue. So we settled on this. I tried to watch like status of people that had not opened, and even they were loading, and I couldn't watch it. So I'm like, this is not an internet issue, I'm able to check my mail and stuff. This is a pure WhatsApp issue. So what I did was, I was like, fine, maybe WhatsApp is down. Concluded that WhatsApp is down. So I'm like, okay, now I need to distract myself, so I might as well go on Instagram. I know, I know, you know what's coming. You have already seen my future. So I opened Instagram to just like entertain myself, and I followed Jitendra, who's Jitu Bhaiya on Kota Factory, and he had put up a clip, and this was the first post on my feed. So I tried to, and it's a very beautiful post. Okay, Kota Factory again is a very beautiful show. So I tried to read the comments on the post, and nothing was loading. And I'm like, I have checked my internet. It is not an internet issue. What is happening? So then after that, I started refreshing my feed. I had a lot of things that I have not checked because I hadn't opened Instagram in a while. And after like 2 minutes, I realized that it's not only WhatsApp, it's also Instagram, because they are from the same like company. I didn't realize that Facebook was also in that till like somebody told me or till I saw it on the news or something. Because I don't open Facebook any which way. I don't think I open Facebook except to put like a story about my video or for like very specific purposes. Just to like find out people's birthdays and stuff, I open for Facebook. So that was not even my issue. And after that, I felt little empty. My point is, yes, social media lockdown happened. It has never happened for 6 7 hours, but it had happened before as well when Instagram was down or WhatsApp was down. But my point is, I was affected by it, and that realization affected me in consequence. I was not able to WhatsApp people, but it was no message and urgency that I had to send. My work day was over, and it's not like that I was trying to have any urgent communication. It was anyways 8 or 9 o'clock in the night. I was with my parents. I was with my family. They were safe. They were with me. A TV was working. We were watching a show or something, and then I was able to go and watch something on my laptop, read my book. And even though technology in so many different forms was available to me, I was still feeling a void just because two of my like platforms were not working. More than like WhatsApp, I think absence of Instagram affected me and it really like shook me. I never thought that I was this dependent on Instagram. Do I like Instagram as a social media app? Of course I do. There is no doubt in that. Wait. But I never thought that I will feel a void in the absence of that app. It's just an app. It's not like I send a lot of messages. It's not like I was going to post a story or a post or I'm an influencer or whatever. I was just going to sit and scroll. And the fact that I was not able to do that really bothered me and it was not okay. And what was funny was after a little while, my father and I started talking. So usually my father, he doesn't have time throughout the day to do WhatsApp. He's not on Instagram, but he uses his WhatsApp in the night. And a lot of his time is taken by, he chats with his friends and family members and stuff on WhatsApp. And he was not able to do that because WhatsApp was not working. And my father and I started like talking and we talked for a little while in the night, which usually doesn't happen. He does his own thing. My work day has just ended. So I watch some shows and read my books or whatever. I might sit with my mother, but I don't really talk to my father that much in the night. And my mother had already gone to sleep. So we were talking. And this conversation could only happen because WhatsApp was not something that was in a reach and was something that we couldn't access. And it also was a funny realization, My father, who literally lives under the same roof as I do, we needed a social media lockdown for us to connect. Very harmful, extremely harmful. But I really like the time that we spent together. I don't think we'll be able to spend that time together today because today social media is working and WhatsApp is there and he'll be busy in his WhatsApp and I will be busy scrolling my Instagram. Yeah. I don't know what your experience was. My one of the other really, really funny things that I observed, in this entire thing was that other apps really took advantage. Nika, for example, sent a message saying, "Don't worry, our website or our app is still working fine." It's like they were so quick to capitalize on this social media lockdown and divert your customers to their website. Like that's marketing like 100, I would say. Um, and at the same time, Voot, I think, I have a Voot app on my phone, and it gave me a notification saying, um, your favorite social media is down. Don't worry. We have this show for you. And they were also capitalizing on that. And it just really, you know, made me realize how important social media is. I mean, of course, I understand how big these companies are: Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. Barring Facebook, I use the other two pretty much daily, several times. Like, if I have to message someone, there is no way I'm messaging them on any other platform other than WhatsApp. That's how important it is. I don't think I've sent a text message to anyone, not in a professional capacity, since forever. I don't do text messages at all, nor do I receive any personal text messages because that's not the route that we go on right now. And it's not only about WhatsApp and Instagram and two particular apps. Social media has become this widespread phenomena that has a place in our lives, and it's scary. It shows us how successful these companies and apps are, but it's also scary that we have a perpetual dependence on these kind of social media apps. so that we can connect to other people who are not in the same room as we do. We can look at and like marvel at lives that some other people are living, and not only and the lives that are not ours and probably have nothing to do with our lives, and ignore the people that we actually live with. So yeah, lot of realizations, and I'm sure you have had it too. 5 6 hours of social media lockdown, and that's usually the prime time where people use social media. After your workday has ended, after people, maybe mothers and fathers have put their kids to sleep, they get their phone and they start scrolling, right? And that's what happens with me and my parents. After we are done with our entire day, we open our phones, and it was not to our disposal. And a very funny thing happened. I went to bed at 12 in the night. I am not someone who goes to bed at 12 in the night. I i don't really wake up like really late or whatever, but I do like to stay up at least till 1 1:30. I am not someone who goes to bed before 12 or so, but I went to bed because I had read my book and I didn't have any work to do. And I was like, now what to do? I can't talk to my friends and all. I was just feeling like a little meh, and I just went to sleep. And I did that even when I had Amazon Prime, Netflix, and everything else to my disposal. It's not about having technology to your disposal. It's about it's about the fact that there was just so much time that I would sit and I would scroll on my phone, and I would prolong my sleeping schedule. And a huge chunk of my night time was just me mindlessly scrolling on the phone. Because if my work day ends at like 9:30, 8:30, and I go to bed at 1:30, if you ask me what did I do in those 4 or 5 hours, there would be very few days where I would be able to tell you exactly what I did. Because I'm not productive. I'm just sitting and scrolling, and I'm not even sure, and I'm not even calculating in my mind as to how much time I've sat on one place and I've scrolled on my phone. It's quite dangerous, it's quite scary, and I'm kind of glad that the social media lockdown happened. I'm going to ponder a little bit on my life now, and I hope you do too. And I'm sorry if I disturbed you and you were scrolling on your favorite social media platform after the hiatus of last night. I hope you have also had similar realizations or any kind of realization, because it's always, always nice to go back and reflect on our lives so that we can be better and we can do better. I hope you liked today's episode. I hope you liked my journey and my experience through the 6 hours or 7 hours of social media lockdown. And I hope you guys were not scared to get WhatsApp messages, a lot of WhatsApp messages at 4 or 5 a.m. once you wake up, because it takes a minute for us to realize that it was not that our friends were trying to reach us at 4 or 5 a.m., or the fact that they were sending us a meme or an emoji or whatever at 4 or 5 a.m. They texted it on normal time. It was a beautiful WhatsApp that delivered at like 4 or 5 a.m. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about your friends. Happy scrolling, but happy mindful scrolling.